Hey, I'm back again, and we are on part 4 of our setting up our awesome new year. So, you guys are doing incredible. Good job. When we look back, we have taken the time to reflect on the past year and see all the awesomeness of our life and all the amazing things that we have done. We've brought in some great emotions of how that makes us feel. We move on to the next year and looking at what are our goals in all those different areas of our life. We've chosen one or more goal in each one of those areas to pursue in the new year. We've added emotion and feelings to that, how we want to feel when we achieve that goal, and even the process of achieving that goal. And then we've taken it and chopped it down a little bit and just decided on one baby step in each of those areas to take. Okay, because you just want to keep small chunks. So that's kind of what we're going to talk a little bit more about in this video. So let's just say you have 5 areas. Let's just say you have 5 big goals, okay? And you sit there and you look at those big goals and you go, I don't have any idea how I'm going to get there. They're so big. They're so scary. I've tried this before. I don't know what to do. I know I have this little baby step, but that doesn't seem like it's even going to, it's not going to do anything. It's like, a drop in the ocean. It's nothing. I can't do it. So just take a deep breath, because we all go through that. And just take a deep breath, calm, and say, okay, let's look at these 5 goals. Remember the emotions. Remember how you want to feel and how important it is to feel that, how much you want to feel that happiness or joy or success or freedom or whatever it is for you. Keep those there. So looking at these 5 big goals can be scary. And when we look at those goals, we can be like a deer on the headlights. We don't know what to do. How do I take the next step? It's just too big. And then you start spinning and you get into overwhelm, and then you start procrastinating, and then, you go on to here and there, and then before you know it, it's June and you haven't even done anything towards any of them, because it's scary. It can be scary. So what you want to remember is that there's that saying, how do you eat an elephant? It's one bite at a time. Well, it's kind of how do you achieve your goal? It's one bite at a time, one step at a time. They say that you only need to see the next step in the staircase. You don't need to see the whole staircase. You just need to see the next step. And when you chunk it down like that and you just take a deep breath, you say, okay, I only need to know the next step. I don't need to see where I know the goal is out there, that big, beast at the end. And how I'm going to get there, I just need to know the next step. Just the next step. And when you achieve that step, then you'll know what the next step is. And that's how you achieve a big goal. So I want you to see that, first of all, you have one little step, and then you're going to choose another step, and then you're going to choose another step along the way. So one of the great ways of looking at how, because we do have procrastination, we have overwhelm, and we have spinning. I'm very, very familiar with all of these things, because that's the place I go. I start spinning, and then I'm all over the place, and I don't get to my goal. So a good way of looking at any goal, whether it be for your day or for your week or for your year, is to remember what those main pieces are. And a good analogy for this, I learned this with some Jack Canfield coaching I was doing. There is what he calls the 5 rocks. So let's just say you have in front of you, you have this big glass vessel, and you have 5 big rocks, and you have a lot of little rocks, and you have a lot of sand. And you have to put all of that into this vessel. Okay? So if you take, all the little rocks you put in there, and you put the sand in there, and then you go to put the big rocks, you can't fit everything in there. They're not going to all fit. So what you need to do first is you need to put the big rocks in. And then you put the little rocks, and they'll settle on down around them. And then you put the sand, and that will get into all the little spaces, and you'll fit everything in. So what that is those 5 rocks, the 5 big rocks, are your 5 priorities for the day, for the week, for the month, for the year. They're your 5 big chunky priorities. many of you may relate to, like, if you have a day and you have like a whole mess of things to do and you have your whole to-do list, and there's probably some really important things on there that maybe you don't really want to do, or you're a little hesitant about doing. You don't quite want to make that phone call or send that email or step out and talk to somebody about something. You will find that you do the little things. You'll find yourself checking email or shuffling papers or doing the things that are familiar to you, so you don't have to really do that big rock, because that just seems a little scary somehow. So the important thing is, in this example, let's say, is you have those 5 big things to do, is you go and you do those 5 things first. And then they're done. And those are the important things that are actually going to make a difference in the day. So those baby steps you have on your goals, those are the things that are going to be prioritized. Those are the things that are important to do. And those are the things that can seem scary, even if it's as simple as, I'm going to join a group so I can meet more people. That's huge, and that is scary. First of all, you have to look at something different. So some kind of group, you have to take the time to actually look for that. It means that you're going to meet people you don't know. And then you get some of the inner chatter coming up, and are they going to like me? Am I going to be accepted? This feels kind of weird. I'm not really sure of it. Oh, maybe that night I end up with a headache and I can't go, or I twist my ankle, or somebody calls and I decide I have to go do that first. These things will happen to keep us from taking those steps that are unfamiliar or scary, or that trigger those inner voices that are in our head. That chatter that goes on and tells us how we can't do it. We didn't do it before. What makes us think we can do it now? We didn't lose weight before. Why would we lose weight now? I don't have any evidence. I don't think you can do it. And then we have this negative chatter. Or, it means I have to be visible. I have to step out. I have to be in front of people. I have to engage. And that can be very scary for some of us. That's one of the things that I work with constantly, is being visible, being able to go out there, being able to meet new people, to have conversations. I've worked really, really hard on that because I have a lot of inner chatter about that. So just have a little compassion for yourself. You're doing new things. You're stepping out. But what's really, really important with this whole process is that you've thought about it. First of all, you've celebrated how far you've come. Because yes, that is the reason to look back. The only reason to look back is to see how far you've come. Amazing things happened for you last year. No matter how rocky your year was, there were amazing things in your year. And celebrate those and feel those emotions that are with that. And now you've looked and you've actually given yourself some time, and you've thought and said, what is important to me? What do I want to have happen in my life this year? Okay, so now I've got a better view of okay, I've actually thought this out, and this is where I would like to be. And then you start taking your little baby steps. Because remember, the baby steps are how you get, everything's baby steps. Baby steps are easier, they're more obtainable, and they add up to be these giant leaps that can really, really change your life. So hopefully this has helped you set yourself up for a really, really awesome new year. And really trust yourself. Take the time to celebrate all of those little steps, all those baby steps you take along the way, because you can do this. You can create the life you want. You just first need to know what it looks like. So all the best to you, and enjoy your awesome new year.